So Florida is about to join the group of states that have passed partisan gerrymanders. And in fact, Florida already has a partisan gerrymander because in 2022, Ron DeSantis and his then counsel, now Attorney General that he appointed, James Utmeyer, forced a map on the legislature that drew 20 Republican seats and only 8 Democratic seats, when the map that had actually passed the legislature drew 17 Republican seats and 11 Democratic seats, which even that was a slight gerrymander, but you expect a slight gerrymander from the party in power. Now DeSantis wants to draw a map that probably has 26 Republican seats and 2 Democratic seats, a net gain of 6 for the Republicans. This is unconstitutional. And let me explain to you how it's unconstitutional. This is not Texas. This is not California. This is not Virginia. This is not Indiana. This is Florida. We have a constitutional amendment that we passed that is enshrined in the state constitution, passed with over 60% of the voters supporting it back in 2012, which demands in 2010, which demands fair districts. And what does fair districts mean? It means that you don't put partisan considerations into district line drawing. And the legislature abided by this in 2012 and then had to do a Senate redraw for the state Senate redraw and congressional redraw for the 2016, beginning of the 2016 cycle because of court cases. But in fact, we had a pretty fair map. Yes, Republicans had a slight advantage. Democrats tend to be packed in urban areas anyway, so any natural map you're going to draw, even if it's a 50-50 state, which Florida was never really a 50-50 state, always had a slight Republican lean, but or at least going back to the 1990s, had a slight Republican lean. If you draw a fair congressional map, it'd be something like 15-13 or 16-12, right? Republican. We have a state constitutional amendment, fair districts. Keep an eye on this space because this map can be challenged under Florida constitutional grounds. Federal constitution, that's different. But under our state constitution, which I've said that DeSantis for years has talked about how much he knows, what a constitutional scholar he is, Heritage Foundation, kind of Federalist Society. He has consistently made mistakes in his governance because he doesn't know what's in our state constitution. He's a Floridian, for F's sake. So keep an eye on this space with reapportionment. Maps probably drop Tuesday.